Hello everyone, welcome to another cologne review. Today I'm going to be reviewing a niche fragrance from the house of Labo called Bergamote 22. This is the cologne. This was made or compounded for the first time back in 2006. This is the house of Labo in general is a very good house. I went down to their store on Elizabeth Street in Manhattan with a friend. We went down there and the goal that I went there with was to pick out a good summer fragrance that will do extremely well in the heat and when it's extremely hot as it gets in New York City. So we came down to the vetiver fragrance and to the bergamot fragrance, and I ended up choosing this just because I like the citrus better than the vetiver. Sorry, but either way, both were good. Ended up settling on this solid bottle. It's the bottle and the cologne itself is actually compounded on site. So when you go in, you select what you want. Tell them if you want 50 milliliter or 100 milliliter. They'll go compound the cologne right in front of you. Create the bottle. It's got this little machine that puts it together, and they'll add on personalized items onto the tag itself. So the tag itself has your name. It has when it's fresh until, which is just a year from your purchase date. I won't really touch upon that in this, but colognes last much longer than that, especially if you store them properly. So that's not really something to look at, but the parfum, and it tells you who actually did the compounding for it. So, bottle is pretty heavy. It's if you go up to it, Bergamote 22, and it's got the logo on the cap. Now, these particular ones don't have any serial numbers on it, for obvious reasons. They're made on site. There really is no way to gauge their authenticity just because they're made right there. So, this 50 milliliter can run you about $145. The 100 milliliter will run you about $220. So it is an expensive cologne. Now, what are the notes for this particular item? The notes are bergamot, petitgrain, grapefruit, nutmeg, orange blossom, aspic cedar, amber, musk, and vetiver. Now, what does this smell like? This is it's a blast of citrus, basically. It's a very refreshing blast of citrus that comes off almost a little bit like an orange citrus, but not much. If you know what bergamot citrus is an orangey type citrus, but it's not exactly orange. The best bet is that it's citrus. So this cologne comes off as a blast of citrus and woods. You can smell the amber, the aspic cedar, especially in this, and it's also spicy on the uptake as well. So it's a spicy, upbeat citrus smell. That's really what you're going to get in the very beginning of the scent. As the scent begins to dry down, you're going to get a lot more of the woods and the musk in there with the citrus on top of it. So it's going to be a pretty brought back scent that's really exposed to the sun. And let me just touch on that for a second. The beauty of this fragrance is as the sun and as it gets hotter and beats down, it really pulses off of your pulse points to the point where it projects that citrus and lasts a bit of a longer time because of it. So with this cologne, it's a constant stream of freshness, of fresh citrus woodsy smell. That's the best description that I have for it. Very upbeat. Will definitely get you noticed, and it's on the higher end or higher class of scents that people definitely notice. I've had this for about 2 weeks, and I've gotten a decent amount of compliments with it, and they're always very good compliments. The only drawback with it is that I don't really see it for formal occasions or anything like that, but I'll touch on that in a bit. either way, in the scent, you can also smell a little bit of the grapefruit in it, in that citrus. So it's like a citrus grapefruit, not a pure grapefruit one. Like I reviewed this other cologne called Bongo, which was a really good grapefruit scent. Didn't really last that long, but that was more of a grapefruit scent. This one is genuinely more of a citrus scent. Now, the dry down, I want to touch upon that a little bit more. The dry down, yes, it's a woodsy citrus, but it's also got a grassy, almost like a grassy green type of feel to the dry down to it. So it's definitely a really good upbeat cologne. That's the best way that I can describe this one. Very good upbeat, higher class citrus smell cologne. So, which occasions when I wear this in? This is a casual occasion fragrance. Definitely a casual occasion fragrance. Despite the fact that it's very good on, in terms of its upbeatness, it definitely smells high class. I still can't really imagine wearing it to those formal or serious occasions just because of that upbeatness. Go off with that upbeatness a little bit too much and it kind of kills the mood. So I would definitely recommend this for a casual fragrance that you can wear going out just to the park, going out to shopping, whether it is on those hot days, or going out to let's just say an amusement park, or those type of occasions where you're going to be out in the sun and it's beating down on it. So because of normally this one will last about, at least on me, this lasts about 6 hours. I wore it to work once and it didn't really fit, and the reason being it didn't really fit as well and it didn't really last as long at work was because I didn't have the sun beating down on me. With the sun beating down on you, it's constantly pulsing, and it's going to last, instead of the 6 hours, it's going to last about 8 to 12 hours. So this is definitely an outdoor fragrance that really moves off and that really thrives off of the heat. So rather than it becoming too cloying because of the heat, it goes synonymous with the heat. It's really where this one particularly shines. You're going to smell fantastic while you're wearing this, and it's really hot and sticky. You're going to smell great, and everyone is going to notice you because of it. All right. Very good projection on it. Very good projection on it. It's not overbearing or anything like that. I recommend, as far as spray wise goes, I usually get both sides of the neck, pulse wise, get right here and here, and depending on how long I'm going to be out, I may hit here and here too. So I may either go 1 or 2 here, or just 1 here, general, in this general area, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I go 5 sprays. That may be too much if you're going to be up and close with someone immediately, like within the first hour of it, but that will ensure that as the heat's beating down on you and it starts going around 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours basically, that it's going to really still be there and it's going to come out at you. All right, so staying power, again, it's going to vary. If you're indoors, it's probably going to only last you about 5, 6 hours. If you're outdoors, it's going to last you about 10 hours or so. Depends on your skin. All right, so when is this useful, or when would I actually wear this cologne? This cologne is perfect for the late spring, summer. This is a hot cologne that thrives in hot weather. So I would definitely not recommend this for anything other than that. I would even say not even for late spring. This is purely a hot weather cologne. Really thrives in that. I think it's perfect for that. Other than that, I would not recommend it for the winter or the fall or even early spring for that matter. All ages can pull this one off. I think definitely all ages can pull this one off, and I think even if you are a younger person, this will definitely bring in and really get you noticed. As an older person, same thing as well. Very versatile in that aspect. What do I rate this cologne? I rate this 1 out of 10, 5 being average. I give this one a 9. The only reason I did not give this one a 10 is because of its limited scope that I think you can actually pull this one off in. It's it's only really a casual scent for that matter, and it really thrives in the heat. Without it, it really doesn't last that long indoors or anything like that. I think because of its upbeatness, it's a little bit less of a serious tone that you can't really wear it for those other occasions. Just my opinion, but that's what I get from this. That other than that, it's a very good cologne from a very good house. I'm actually planning on purchasing the vetiver scent as well. Friendly really liked that, and she thought it was fantastic. So, yeah, 9 out of 10. Very solid cologne. If you're looking for that niche fragrance that's for the summer, and you're looking at something like a Millésime Impérial or something like that, look in this direction as well. That's about it. Anyways, if you have any questions whatsoever on where to get it, when to wear it, all that good stuff, feel free to comment, send me a message as always. And this has been Bergamote 22 from the House of Labo. Take care.